Good morning, everyone. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options in your morning market prep video. Well, yesterday we ended up with the whipsaw that I was kind of worried about. Now, you never know if those are going to come. Please don't think that that was some kind of a prediction or that I'm some kind of price action guru that can predict this stuff. I cannot. I can only suggest that the possibility existed. And it turned out to be the case yesterday that we gapped up and there was no real buyers stepping into the market. And we ended up whipsawing right back down on the day. Now, looking at the diamonds here, we held up okay on the diamonds. The diamonds holding support, although this isn't a really bullish candle by any means, at least we held support. And now the question is, can we continue to hold up here? And my worry is that we may not be able to. Now, the futures this morning are pointing lower to a slightly lower open, but nothing major in a sell-off so far this morning. What I would be worried about is just more whipsaw price action and more choppy price action that keeps us or should keep us kind of on the sidelines, avoiding this mess as we try to work out whether this is a top in the market or not and get a direction going here. Now, I am unapologetically conservative when it comes to protecting my capital. And there are times when I look at this and say, it's time to stand aside. Now, there's an old saying, I think Will Rogers said it first, when you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. And Warren Buffett has repeated that many times in the past. When you get into a market like this, that's the first thing I think of, because oftentimes what happens here is we end up giving back all of our good profits by getting chopped up in this whippy price action. And it's even worse on the SPY. If you look at the SPY, we are now going into our 18th day in this 3-point range. Lots and lots of chop, lots and lots of whip. And notice we've been whipping back and forth on both sides of this range. Now, this morning we're going to open up kind of down here close to the bottom of that range. Will it hold? Couldn't tell you. Will we be able to stay here? Couldn't tell you that either. But my guess is what we'll likely see is more chop. Unless we finally break out to the downside or the top side, I think it's best to stand aside. We need to make a decision on direction, and getting whipped or fooled over and over and over by the market, whipping us one way or the other, makes it very difficult for us to maintain any profits at all. We can quickly give back all of the profits we worked for this year, just playing around in this chop area. So I'm going to remain cautious. I'm going to continue to look for trades, and I will trade a few trades, but they will be smaller in size, and I will be quicker to take profits once we move into a profit zone, just to stay on the conservative side of things and protect my capital so that when the market comes back around and things start working a little bit better, I can get right back to business, not feeling all chopped up and beat up from a market that just chopped my account to pieces. Okay. So on the earnings calendar today, we have 20 companies reporting. Nothing that I would consider to be a major a report to worry about unless you're in them. A couple reports that RWO members might want to pay attention to because they've been playing in these trades is KBH is one reporting today. And, oh gosh, have they already moved? Nope, Darden Restaurants. DRI is another that we want to pay attention to today. On the economic calendar, we have a couple of smaller items: consumer confidence and Case-Shiller CoreLogic. Both of those would be on the lighter side of importance for the market, and we would expect them if only to move the market if there was a really big surprise in the numbers, and that I doubt that will occur today. We also have several Fed speakers today, one actually before the market opened, and then we'll have one after the market closed. But the important one today is the 1 o'clock when Janet Yellen speaks. Everybody pays attention to her, so you might want to pay attention to that time frame. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern today. Let's see. IWM. Whoops. Ended up closing probably the strongest of the indexes yesterday, which is kind of surprising because it's actually been one of the weakest for a long period of time. Closed above this little support area and closed above this little downtrend that I marked here. Now, this morning it's pointing a little bit lower, and we'll have to see if it can hold here. A hold above this support level would be a good thing. If we fail again below this support level, we could have problems ahead. So we're really at a decision point here for IWM, and it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Now, the Qs, on the other hand, Qs left us behind probably the worst signal that we could have truly on an index. We're looking at a dark cloud cover at resistance, and we're looking at a confirmation of a lower high, and you can see Qs is gapping lower this morning as a result of that. So be real careful, watch that tech sector. If there's an area where we're going to see pressure to the downside, it's going to be here, and this could actually drag the rest of the market lower with it. So be very careful and watch this index. This will be the important one. Notice that we even had an increase in volume yesterday to the downside. That volume, as we rallied, was diminishing, and now we have a kickback up in volume when we see that bearish candle. So the dark cloud cover, not quite a bearish engulfing, but doggone close enough to warrant some caution here on that index. So if there's going to be one pulling us down, it's probably going to be the Qs. If there's going to be one possibly lifting us up, it might be IWM or the diamonds, trying to hold that support level. The SPY is underneath a resistance where the diamonds is still holding that price support. So be careful, be cautious. Remember, cash is a position, guys. There's no reason to continue to get chopped up. You're making a decision, just like any other trade decision, to stand aside and avoid the risk of this chop. Cash is a position, and be willing to exercise it from time to time. All right, guys, have a great day. Hey, if this is the first time you've seen this information or would like to receive this information consistently, do me a favor. Click that subscribe button on YouTube, and also click the follow button and like button on Facebook so that you'll get notified when these videos are posted. And I do post this information every day the market is open, so please take advantage of it if you're interested. Also know that if you follow the links to the website, you will be able to read the morning note that goes along with this video. So please pass that along, or feel free to read that. I put a lot of time and effort into that every day, so hopefully it's something you'll find useful. Everyone take care, and I'll talk to y'all soon.